Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
Regen auf mein Kopf. Hinter via Deckbus ist die kleine Fahrt im Top. Geht mir kein Sach nicht, die Rock.
Welcome to Kill Me Now with Judy Gold. I'm your host, Judy Gold, and I'm not congested. I don't know if you notice a difference from last week, but I got the COVID, and I suffered, and I lived to talk about it. So that's a good thing. So be safe. It's still running rampant. I never thought I would get it because I'm really careful, but it doesn't matter. It's all over the place, and it's not fun. So here I am talking with Les Phlegm, and I'm so excited about my guest this week, Taran Killam. You know him from Saturday Night Live, but he's also he's an incredible actor. If you watch the Monica Lewinsky American Crime Story, he is just beyond brilliant, and what a great guy. You're going to love this interview. I just had so much fun. I could have talked to him for, well, as you know, I do that anyway, for hours and hours and hours, but just amazing. Also, just want to let everyone know, I did have to cancel a couple of gigs, but this Saturday, June 11th, I will be the MC, the host of the first annual Pride Festival in Montclair, New Jersey, and starting June 24th, I start my residency at the Art House in Provincetown. I'd love to see you really soon. But just now, sit back, relax, enjoy this fantastic, fantastic man.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got a great guest. I'm so excited. You know, I'm a huge fan of yours.
And I am of yours.
Oh my God, I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to give I can give an intro, but actor, husband, father.
Just a man of the people, really.
That's the
people. That's the best intro you could give me.
Grounded,
what else down to earth. One of us could have a beer with him.
Hot.
Bearded for days.
Bearded, really good beard. Like not a shitty beard, like a really good beard.
Thank you.
Hot beard. Mad TV, SNL, but so much even before that. Hamilton, like so much stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Taran Killam is here. Taran.
Thank you for having me.
Or should I say Taran Howry Killam?
Very good. Very good.
Now,
yes.
Taran, we need to talk about, before we talk about anything like of substance, the names of you and your children. I mean, these are great fucking names.
You're very kind. My wife and I cursed our children with unique names because it built character as a child, and we have appreciation for it now. You know, Taran, and my middle name is Scottish. It's Uri.
It's Uri. I said Howry.
Taran.
All right. Well, I'm a Jew. Okay.
All right. You get a pass then. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot.
I mean, so unfair. God, give her people
Jew
a break.
and a Leslie. Yeah, a Leslie and a Jew. It's too much. Man.
You can't live anywhere but New York.
Right. And I'm going to have an abortion, even though I'm too old. You know, I can't even have just to have one because I figured get one. Hot. They're having a sale, 2 for 1.
Yeah. Before they go bad, before they expire, get a bunch. I think there's like a 2 for 1 deal. Oh, we laugh because we're going to cry if we don't.
It's true. Taran, first of all, before we even talk about anything, well, we just talked a little bit, but
I love it. What if there was like 40 subjects that you, in your opinion, didn't count? So the whole interview is like, now before we talk about anything real.
Oh, I know. And then I just kept doing that. Your performance in American Horror Story.
Prime. Yes.
Crime Story, whatever the fuck it's called.
Was horrific.
Now, your performance in American was so fucking good.
Judy,
like,
thank you.
Fucking amazing. No, Taran, you were so good.
Oh, thanks. A fascinating human being. And like the pressure was on just for that, the status of the Crime Story, a series and working for Ryan Murphy. But honestly, Annalee Ashford, who was my scene partner, who played Paula Jones,
right.
I've been an enormous fan of hers for a very long time. Like
she's genius. Yeah.
Pinky Boots in Legally Blonde on Broadway, and then I don't know if you saw her in Sunday in the Park with George that she did with Jill. She is like the most legitimate, talented actor ever. So I was really nervous, honestly. I was really
You
nervous.
were?
Yeah, very, very, very.
I love how you call her your scene partner. But you really embodied that character and just the fear and the control and it was so nuanced. I fucking loved it.
That's very generous. Thank you.
Oh, please. You're so talented. All right, let's go back to your childhood. That's my favorite.
Great.
Your father is Thomas and your mother is Chris.
Correct.
And you have two siblings. You have Taylor and Danielle.
I have four siblings. I have two older sisters, Erin and Rachel.
They're nowhere to be found anywhere.
They worked for the CIA.
Well, do you know how many interviews I fucking listened and...
They're on the ground in the Ukraine as we speak.
Wait, what are their names? Oh my God.
Erin is my oldest sister, and then Rachel, and then me, and then Danny is after me, and then Taylor is the babe.
Where did fucking Erin Rachel Wood go? I mean, get it? Erin Rachel Wood?
I love it. It's good. It's very good.
So wait, it's Evan Rachel Wood, you asshole. Anyway, so what do Erin and Rachel do? Like, I can't find anything about them. I thought you were the eldest child. You're right in the middle.
I'm right dab smack in the middle. Erin works for an electrical company here in Los Angeles. She's an executive assistant there and has been for years. And my sister Rachel sort of operates and manages and bartends at a bar called The Caravan in San Jose.
Nice.
Danny works at the Skirball Center.
That's the greatest. That's so great. In New York?
Here in LA. The Skirball on the
yeah, there's another one. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Those Skirballs got around. And then Taylor, he's a musician. He's a hunky musician, and he's going back to school to maybe teach.
Wow, I love him.
He's the coolest.
Wait, does he have a beard too?
He's got a very good beard right now as well. Yeah, and he's got a full head of hair. Like mine's kind of thinning. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, but your beard is great. It's like it's curly, wavy. Yep. It's hot. It's different colors. Okay. I'm going to Slovakia and Hungary this summer. You are not. For what?
I am to shoot a remake of The River Wild. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're remaking it a whole kind of different setup and plot, but it's a whitewater rafting thriller. That's the same. And so I play like a whitewater rafting instructor, and to me that meant beard.
Yeah, I think absolutely. And I happen to be Hungarian.
Get the heck out of here!
That's right, motherfucker.
Hungarian Jew, nicely done.
Yeah, we got kicked out. Okay, we got kicked out everywhere. All right, so you were born. I find it fascinating when people are born in the Los Angeles area. So you're born in Culver City, but you lived in Big Bear Lake till you were 15.
Correct.
And your mother toured with the Charlie Daniels Band?
She was a backup singer for Charlie Daniels Band, yeah.
That is fucking... First of all, when I was in high school, all we did was smoke cigarettes and pot and listen to the fucking Charlie Daniels Band and wear cowboy boots. I mean, they were the fucking hottest.
They went down to Georgia. He said, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there ever was.
Down there.
In the house of rumble. Yeah.
Was she, well, I guess that was before you were born. She was the backup singer.
Yeah, I ruined everything. No, my oldest sisters were born when she did that. I think she was a backup singer for one tour, is how it worked. Yeah, and she is still writing and making music to this day. She went back to school later in life after having 5 kids, and got her master's degree. She's a licensed family therapist now.
She's a social worker, licensed clinical social worker. You know who else is a licensed clinical social worker?
You.
My lover.
Ooh.
And so annoying.
Yeah, they got everybody else's baggage as well as
but it's also like, if I tell you something, like sometimes I just want you to say,
don't analyze it.
Yes. Just say okay. Okay,
my
great.
Mom, don't tell me what that means because of the dream I had 2 nights ago. Yes.
Oh my God. She gets mad at me for dreams. Like I'll say, I had this dream where we broke up and blah, blah. And then she gets mad at me like it really fucking happened.
You're not processing the anxiety and stress of last week with trying to make plans. And it's not me you're cheating on. It's the part of me inside of you.
It's so fucking annoying. I can't take it.
It gets rough.
So you went to high school. You went to the high school for the LA High School for the Arts.
LOXA,
okay.
Yeah, LOXA, LA County High School for the Arts.
Okay. Before you went to that high school, was anyone else involved besides your mother with the Charlie Daniels band? And he just died. Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Did she go to his funeral?
No. They weren't. They didn't KIT. All right.
Oh, okay. Keep in touch, baby.
Yeah.
Did you do? What was your grammar school like? Were you just? It was just a normal LA family.
My family is like showbiz adjacent. My parents were like young starving artists when they met, which means they were waiters.
Right. Your father's an actor, right? He loved acting. My father
is an actor as well. Yeah, he kind of paused and to raise the kids was a contractor into construction my whole life.
Right.
But then my mother's uncle, like my mother's aunt, married Robert Stack.
Right. You think I don't know this?
I know you do. You got a stack of papers there.
I got my stack right here. Rosemary Bow.
Yes. Bow.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Rosemary Bow married Robert Stack.
Correct. And so, like, obviously, he was pretty show busy. I have a cousin David Bow, who's like face you would recognize. Have you seen UHF? Did you see UHF, the Weird Al movie?
No.
Okay. He plays Weird Al's best friend in that. Did you ever see?
Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that so bad.
Oh, it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's a very, 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 very funny movie. This was the coolest moment for me because I grew up like obsessed with Jim Carrey. David is at the end of Cable Guy, the movie Cable Guy. Do you recall? In the helicopter when they're like airlifting Jim Carrey's character out, there's a medevac guy who's like, "We're gonna get you out of here, bud." And Jim Carrey goes, "You're really my bud?" My cousin David is his new bud, so he's the next.
Oh my God!
Rogers. He's the next Mark.
You had showbiz
I love getting
people.
to know you, Judy. I love getting to know you because when I say something that impresses you and excites you, it's very clear. And when I say something that you have
I mean, no, it's fine. It's just like that's great. Not that interested. Shut up. No, it's. I want to hear about you. I don't give a shit about him. First of all, Jim Carrey. What do you think of his transformation into
artist
aerospace?
Now?
Yeah.
I mean, there clearly was a significant chapter of soul searching, of redefining, of deep existential discovery. I'm so all in on Jim. I'm so all in. I just turned 40.
I know. Mazel tov.
Thank you. My wife's big gift to me was just a 2.5 hour video of everybody who's been significant in my life sending me messages of love. And she got Jim Carrey.
No fucking way. Well, look at her. She's a big fucking star.
She's the freaking best. So I mean, I love his art. And I think to hear him talk about things now, I think he's got really good perspective. And really
I do
insight.
too.
I think he's kind of, it seemed like when he was on the carpet and saying things like, "We don't exist, we all are conceptions." I'm sure part of him, I'm sure he still believes that. That's still part of, but more recently, I feel like I'm seeing a lot more of him weighing on with a lot of forgiveness and patience and kindness.
Right.
And an understanding that, like, listen, he's achieved the most one can achieve in his
right.
field.
Exactly. And quickly.
And quickly, and in a way that so specifically the way he manifested it. Like, I've read every book, I've seen like I am like obsessive fanatical about him, but I do get an energy from him now, still just as a fan. Like, what do I know? But that there seems to be a peace that he's found. I don't know. I'm projecting, but there is a sort of like, I know the highs, I know the lows, and ultimately there's a sweet spot in the middle, which is enjoy every moment and be kind, I think.
And that's where I'm staying. Yeah, I think you're right. And he's smart.
Yes.
Oh, so fucking smart.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with a Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
So when you were 12, when you were on Nickelodeon.
At a high school, when I was 18, I got hired on the Amanda Show.
Right.
And I ended up doing like a recurring role on that over a couple seasons. And that was great. That was like my first kind of real big steady job. And from doing that show, I finished the Amanda Show. I ended up going to UCLA for musical theater, actually. I was a musical theater.
Oh my God. Okay, let's just go back. Gay.
Let's do it.
Gay, musical theater, gay. Okay.
Spectrum. It's all on the spectrum. Yeah.
But before, like when you were in high school or in like grammar school, like were you on sport? Like did you know you were interested in show busyness immediately?
Yeah. So having the parents that I had, like my mother took me and my two younger siblings to like a commercial agent when we were very little and very precocious, these little toe-headed kids. And of the three of us, I think, this is her retelling of it, but I was the only one who could go into a room full of adult strangers and go like, I like milkshakes.
Right.
And the other two were more level-headed and grounded to go like, this is weird and feels toxic and we're out of here.
And Rachel would. Erin and Rachel didn't have any desire.
Rachel would. Rachel is really funny. I mean, everything that I knew about like what was cool comedy and what was hip came from my sister Rachel. Like she knew SNL before I knew what it was. She knew Kids in the Hall. Like she knew I liked Jim Carrey, so she'd be like, "Oh, you should see Once Bitten," the movie he did. Like as a kid, like she was the real cool older sister that way. Erin, no drive to be a performer, entertainer. She is very artistic. She loves visual art. She loves painting, drawing. So that was her calling in that way. And then for me, it was just like school plays. But honestly, Judy, so many big decisions in my like formative years were all driven by the pursuit of girls.
Really?
Yes. So like doing the school play was fun because I was like good at it and I would get a big lead, but also it's where all the cute girls were hanging out after school. And that was very important to me. And then when I got accepted to LACHSA, it was like, cause I did do some sports too, which is part of your question. I played baseball my whole childhood and then I played like 9 years of soccer. Mm-hmm. And freshman year of high school, I joined the Big Bear Club soccer team and came home from this like soccer camp. And my mom said, "Hey, you got into this arts high school. If you want to go to the arts high school, it doesn't start for a month. If you want to stay at Big Bear, you have to go next week." And I just remembered there were like a lot of cute girls at my LACHSA audition. And like more time off of school.
Right.
So
and you got like, 3 extra weeks. Yeah.
LACHSA. I love acting. It's my passion.
Right.
But I was just a dumb kid. But isn't it interesting? Like the sort of like flippant, uninformed.
But can you imagine where you'd be if you hadn't gone there?
I think about it a fair amount. Yeah. And having an analyst mother helps with that too.
Oh, that's so great. She can psychoanalyze it. So fucking annoying. Okay. So you're in all this Nickelodeon stuff. So you start getting jobs, you go to school for a year, and then do you move into your own place, or are you still living with your parents, or?
So the way it worked is like a freshman year of college, I stayed on campus. At the end of that year, the fluke that was Mad TV happened, where Mad TV called my manager asking about somebody else, and they said, that person's not interested, but see Taran, because he's loud and funny and he does like impressions. And it just worked, which is still like crazy.
So what I know Mad TV was such a great show. What did you do for your audition?
I did a lot of like WB actor impressions. So like a lot of Dawson's Creek impressions, a lot of like Buffy, a lot of like, the movies were like Cruel Intentions and The Faculty, like Josh Hartnett was one. So I just did like a lot of those sort of what I looked close enough like, with a bit of a hook, and it worked. And it was crazy and exciting because I loved Mad TV. I loved that show. I was a fan of it.
Yeah, it's such a great show.
At that point, I was musical theater kid. I was actor. I was going to be just a normal actor. And then suddenly I remember like the TV Guide article that said, comedians Bobby Lee and Taran Killam are hired by Mad TV. And I was like, whoa. I'm not a comedian. I'm just like a funny actor. And that's kind of been my own internal debate ever since.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird when they, just because you'll, act in something or do a scene that's funny, you're a comedian. And it's like, you're an actor who funny. Yeah, I don't know. It annoys me too, because I stand on stage and tell fucking jokes. And then, there's people who just get cast and shit. I mean, you are a comedian. You were on SNL. I mean, but I
worked my way into it, but for so long, I certainly felt like a fraud at Mad TV. And every now and then there's flashes of that, I know a lot of true comedians, and I love a lot of true comedians who go, the laugh is the only important thing to me. And they have the courage and the guts to sit there with the notebook and write out and then go up 5 times every week and bomb 4 out of 5 times until that.
Well, we don't all bomb 4 times.
No, that's true. No. Present company excluded. Present company excluded, of course.
Yes.
No, but that drive, I love to laugh. I love comedy. And after Mad TV, I went back and I did the Groundling School because I was like, well, I do love this format and I do love comedy. I need to train and I need to learn how to, have a craft. I have a craft when it comes to like being an actor, being a performer, but I have none for comedy at age 20. And then 7 years later, that's where SNL found me.
So you're on Mad TV. Are you writing too, or just acting?
Trying to, but oh, Judy, I wish I could have had access to the things I would turned in. I remember.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, because you don't.
I remember turning in a sketch to like Mike Hitchcock and Jim Wise, where I was like, I was a consumer reports journalist for Porn Star magazine. So I'd go into furniture stores and I'd like have to test out the furniture for Porn Star, and I think Jim read it and he's like, I don't know what I just read. He said something like, I don't know what I just read, or I don't know how to feel about what I just read. Right. Because I literally was like thrown into the deep end. So like I was not successful by any means in the writing, but attempted to. But people were very kind. Like Tammy Sager was a writer there when I was there, who she just was like the angel of all angels and looked out for me. And to this day, every time I see her, there's just like a heavenly light shining upon her. Such a kind human being to like a scared, ignorant, obnoxious 19-year-old kid, almost everybody was really nice. And Mad TV was a great learning experience. But I wasn't prepared. People are coming out of Second City or
it's that I always say, like, you don't get that many opportunities and you have to be prepared. when you get them.
Yes.
But you were prepared enough. Who else was in the cast when you were on?
So I got there for Alex's last season, Will Sasso's last season. Mo Collins was there. Michael McDonald was there. Ari Spears. Deborah Wilson. I got hired with Bobby Lee, Catherine Fiore, Jill Michelle. I forget Jill Michelle's last name, and then I think Frank Caliendo started with us too. But
I remember him.
Yeah. He kind of came in as a steady guy. But Andy Daly was there. Stephanie Weir. It was great. I mean, I laughed all the time.
Yeah, that's the most important. I remember. My managers would be like, submit for SNL. I'm like, I'm never getting on SNL. I'm 6'3". Well, now I'm 6'2". I'm a loud Jewish lesbian. It's not, but they're like, put in for writing. And I remember one skit I wrote, which was so stupid. It was a newscaster who's on the scene of something.
Yeah.
And then there's the newscasters in the studio, and they keep asking the newscaster on the scene for more details, and she doesn't know any, and she's just faking it until finally she's like, I don't fucking know. Okay, stop asking me questions.
I got lost. Okay.
And how many we don't, and just bullshitting until she finally is just like, I fucking stop fucking asking me questions.
Seems like there's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
Could be rain. We got a lot of sun right now, but it feels like rain could be hiding around the corner at any moment.
Right. And it was just ridiculous, but I never got the job. All right. So you're on Mad TV. Do you feel like you got
to be on my favorite show, Search
what?
Party.
Wasn't that a good show?
It's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite show. Charles and
oh my God
are just geniuses.
I love them. I love them.
Me too. Big time.
Just great people.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to you. Now, when you're on Mad TV, so you feel like you're having imposter syndrome and you're in over your head, but you're faking it, right? You're faking it. Are you making decent money?
This is the truth. You will love this stat. I made $3,000 a week more doing Mad TV in 2001 than I did on SNL when I did it in 2010. I made $3,000 more per week at Mad TV than SNL.
Wow.
So for me, it was
it's exciting. Not like SNL was established by then.
I know. Who cares?
Oh, Lauren. Anyway,
Lauren,
so you, all right, you do Mad TV.
I did it.
You then do, that's 2001 to 2002. You were the youngest member ever. You were 19.
Sure.
You do various other things. You were a fucking contestant on The Price is Right.
I won $3,000 and a tennis ball machine.
No, I want the tennis ball machine. Where is it?
I tried to use it in a sketch at Groundlings, and it malfunctioned. I was so angry, I ended up selling it on Craigslist.
Okay. How did you get on The fucking Price is Right? And can you go on if you have a SAG card or after?
Yeah. This is such a convoluted story. I want to give you the most abbreviated version.
Okay, but I love it.
In 2004, I shot a pilot for the WB network, now defunct, folded into the CW.
Right.
The pilot was called Nobody's Watching. It was created by Bill Lawrence, who created Scrubs and Cougar Town and Ted Lasso, and two gentlemen named Neil Goldman, Garrett Donovan.
Okay.
The show was it was a fictional show about two guys from Ohio who love multicam sitcoms, but feel that they have died in the early aughts. There's no great sitcoms at all, and they're complaining to the network of the WB. The WB hires them to develop their own perfect sitcom, but they're going to film a reality show about it while they live on a soundstage developing their own sitcom. But what the boys don't know is that the network is manipulating them into the sitcom. It was shot half single camera, half multicam. It was so funny. It was so ahead of its time. It was so clever, but it was very complicated. Clearly.
Right.
It didn't get picked up. A year later, an unnamed creator of the show leaked it on YouTube, early days of YouTube.
Oh, wow.
And people freaked because they're like, whoa, a network pilot in full, a failed network pilot leaked online. This is kind of the first time something like that has really happened. It got a lot of press. People were saying, oh, this was good. It should have gotten picked up, yada, yada, yada. NBC, the studio who produced it, gave me and my co-star Paul a new deal.
Right.
Not to make they didn't pick up the show, not even to shoot a new pilot, to create YouTube content.
Wow. What year is this?
2005, 2006.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Wow.
And we didn't know what we were doing. We were in over our heads, but part of the conceit that Bill and Neil and Garrett came up with was that, well, your characters are fans of television. That's sort of the germ of the idea. What if all of our videos are about you guys trying to get on TV in any way possible? So, brings us to The Price is Right. We'll try to get you on Price is Right. So when they do that opening shot across the crowd, we'll see you. We'll pull that footage. We'll make a sketch out of it. We'll put it online. These two young writers that were hired to work on it with us, they actually got up at like 3 a.m. to stand in line.
Online? Oh my God, yeah.
And like they give you a number and then you can go away and shower and stuff and come back. So Paul and I, very fortunately,
shower.
We showed up at like 10 a.m. with a ticket and we were like, good to go. I am if there's 4 podiums, I am the 4th name called of the entire game. So I go up immediately. I can't believe it. And I'm caught somewhere between like, holy shit, I'm on The Price is Right. And, oh yeah, this is also for work. I need to somehow capitalize on this to create footage we can pull to put online. It was such a weird, dumb thing. I don't make any of the bids until the final bid. So I'm up at the podium the whole show. I win the final bid for the tennis ball machine.
How much was it?
I think it was like $29.75 or something.
Did you do a 1 penny higher than someone?
I did. I got to do the $1.
That's the best.
So satisfying.
I know, right?
Satisfying.
And that person's like, "Fuck you fucking ass."
So shitty, and but it also had happened to me by that point, like 2 or 3 times.
So when you were not getting it, were you like, "Fuck"? Like, yes. What does it feel like to stand there and like, you're like, you motherfucker?
It's all like, there's a little bit of chance, right? Like there's a little bit of chance. Every now and then you'll have like divine inspiration. You'll be like, I know how much this is. I know that this is about $350.
Right.
And so that would happen. But yeah, there's just the strategy of either $1 or $1 under, you know? So yeah.
Okay. So then he calls you up. Do you fucking do the freak out?
I can't believe it. I say, I want to say hi to my best. Oh, no. I do that when I spin the wheel. For the game, it was.
Oh, you did the wheel? You did the fucking wheel. I wanted to do that. Can I tell you?
The best part of this story is the wheel. So I lose my game. It was like coming or going, and you had to slide the thing. And I was going to do going, and the audience said coming, and I went with them. And so we went. I still resent that audience.
Fuck them. Yeah.
But I go to spin the wheel. I do take that moment to say, I want to say hi to my best friend, Will. And that's the character name of Paul who's there. So, okay, I did some work. I spin, I get exactly $1.
No way.
I got exactly the glittery golden red dollar. I lose my mind. I start jumping up and down, Judy. This is the last year that Bob Barker did the show.
Right.
I start jumping up and down. My foot gets caught on the cord of his mic.
No way.
And I yank it out of his hands. I trip over it, and it rips the mic out of his hands. So I grab the mic and I offer it to him like a sword kind of thing. And people laugh. There's only one person to spin after me. This little old woman, Thelma, probably in her late 70s, maybe even early 80s, from Georgia. She doesn't even spin the wheel herself. She has to get Bob to help her. 35 cents. I go, here I go. 35 cents. No big deal. Spins again. 65 cents. Now
no fucking way. No fucking.
We have to do a spin-off. We spin again, and my heart falls to the floor. I spin a nickel. And I'm like, this is the worst. This stinks.
Yeah, you should have had, because you got it in one spin. You should have won.
But here's the thing that I didn't realize. The nickel is glittery for a reason. If you spin the nickel, you get that in cash, $5,000 cash. So I did win. So I won. I ended up winning $6,000 because I got $1,000 for the dollar. That's the other thing, is they just give you $1,000 for the dollar.
Right.
So I won $6,000 and a tennis ball machine.
How much did the lady from...
She didn't even win her showcase. Such an idiot.
Fuck her. She's a stupid
fucking
bitch.
Dummy. Thelma, you dummy.
Thelma, you suck, you dumb bitch. Anyway. Oh my God, that's so funny. You know, when I used to do Hollywood Squares, I think it was on the same soundstage, and we used to sneak back there and try to spin the wheel. Oh,
it's so fun. Yeah, it's an institution. It's a staple. It's like a staple of American television.
This week's episode of It's Judy Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and you know, sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, you know, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
So how did you get SNL? Did you have to audition?
Many times.
After Mad TV.
Yeah.
You had a few years there.
I did 1 year at Mad TV. They asked me back, but at kind of a reduced contractual thing. Like, they're like, we want to renegotiate. Instead of a full 22 episodes, we want to do 17 out of 22. And I was like, okay. And all my reps were like, no, how dare they? And I was like, oh, okay. And so we ended up saying no. My mother was horrified. She's like, you've left college and you're turning down more money than anybody has ever thought of in our family before. But yeah, but I sort of followed that, and obviously I'm glad I did.
Right.
Now. There were moments where I was like, what have I done? But because everybody that I loved and respected for Mad TV had kind of trained at the Groundlings Theater, and at the time, one of my friends from college, Mikey Day, was already taking classes there.
Oh, yes, Mikey Day. Yes, I know him.
Mikey Day, now SNL cast member. So me, my friend, our mutual friend Kyle, and Nasim Pedrad, who was dating Mikey at the time, we all did a basic class together. And then I just did it for fun. Like, I just want to see what it's like to take an improv class, and it was fun, and I loved it, and kept going. And the Groundling School is weird because you can do level 1 and 2 fast, but then you have to like wait a year for level 3. And then
so it's like Scientology.
It's very much, it's the Scientology sketch. It's Sketchentology. My thetan level was very low by the time I was done.
Right.
So no, long story longer, I got into the Sunday Company, which is the junior company. And Nasim got in around the same time too. So that's where we were when SNL started scouting. And I think they came to see Nasim because her reps also knew Tina Fey's people and recommended her because Nasim had done this really hilarious one-woman show. So that kind of brought SNL to see the Sunday Company. And once they saw the show, they flew 4 of us out to audition. It was Nassim, myself, Jillian Bell, and our buddy Greg Roman. And that first trip out there, Judy, was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory contest winner. Like, oh my God, we did it. We did it. No matter what, we were good enough to be chosen to audition.
Right. Were you all on the same flight?
Yeah, we're same flight. I rented a limousine to pick us up from the airport to drive us into Manhattan, just because, like, do it in style.
Right.
And it went really well. And they
wait, was Lauren there?
Oh yeah, it's the whole thing. So
because
the screen test is done where the host does the monologue. Like, if you've ever seen an episode, where the host does the monologue is also where Weekend Update happens. It's called Home Base. Yeah. And so you have to do that. You have to stand there, but the studio is empty except for like a folding table, like a Rubbermaid table, and just chairs. And there's 5 or 6 people, Lauren, the producer, some writers, and it's like, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do ever. And
that studio, Rosie O'Donnell show, which I produced, was on the same floor. And we used to go in there all the time.
You could still smell the koosh balls when I got there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, exactly. I mean, because
I
loved the Rosie O'Donnell show. My grandmother Claire and I would watch it together because it was like the happiest.
Right?
It was like that most happy, joyful. And it's kind of the first, in my opinion, it was the first daytime talk show that did that. That did like, let's show up. We're going to dance. We're going to have fun. We're going to play games. It's going to be...
absolutely. It was a bunch of gay... I was talking to Rosie this past weekend, and it was like, if they only knew it was just a bunch of gay theater kids putting on, like, playing. We were just playing, you know?
So this is my Rosie O'Donnell story, because I never got to do the show, much to my chagrin, but I went to high school with Josh Groban.
Who won't admit he's Jewish. Go ahead.
That's what I wanted to talk about. What the hell, man?
I know. Yes, he's Jewish, and he just says he's not. Fuck you, Josh. Okay.
So, like, the biggest thing that happened was he started taking voice lessons and then met David Foster, and David Foster had him understudy for Andrea Bocelli, I think, for the Grammys or something. When Rosie was hosting the Grammys, Rosie saw him in the rehearsal and invited him onto her show. I mean, she broke him there. Right. You guys broke him there. And it was the coolest thing. We could not believe it. The Josh from theater class is on the Rosie show.
And now look at him with his fake not being Jewish. You have a way better beard than him. Okay. So you go in the first time with these guys.
Yes.
And and I don't think people realize, like, auditioning is so fucking hard. And it's always a table of people just judge it. It's just shit. Do I say hi? Did you ever audition for Woody Allen?
Try to be memorable. No.
Oh, God. I remember auditioning for him, and they're like, don't look at him. Don't go near him. And then and they give you the sides, which is the script. When you get there, you have to return it when you leave. Everything's top secret. You walk in a room. They're like, are you ready? And you can't say no. No, I'm not ready. Make him wait. And then you walk in, and he's standing there, and he's like, hi, nice to meet you, and shakes my hand. I'm like, what was this fucking, don't look at him in the eye, whatever. Yeah. But
it worked, though. It worked. Yeah.
So you go in, out of the 4 of you.
Audition.
Which one are you of the 4?
Like what order?
Yeah.
I don't know, because there's honestly like a minimum of like 12 other people there. It's a long day. You get there at like noon. And you're there till 7 p.m.
That's horrible. Okay, so...
And you're just sitting and waiting for most of that time. But I was kind of in the middle. The first time I went right before Jenny Slate.
Wow.
Because one of many happy memories of that first audition was coming out and her going, like, there was like a musical performance part. And she's like, was that you singing? Oh my God, you have such a beautiful voice. And I was like, whoever you are, I love you. You're the greatest. Thank you. Because no matter how I felt that way, you just made me feel like $1 million.
Right.
And I waited around. It was fun. And then what happened was Nassim and I got called back 2 weeks later, same year.
So you go home the next day?
Basically.
Ugh.
Basically. We go home the next day. Then they call and they say they want to see another 5 minutes of different material.
2 weeks of no contact whatsoever. You're sitting with this, like going it over in your head for 2 fucking weeks. Okay.
Exactly. Stewing.
Right.
And the thing was like, this is my one shot. This is my,
right.
I think I literally listened to like Eminem's, Lose Yourself. Like, it's a one shot to not miss it. Like to hype myself up. And you're like, I'm going to give them all my A material. And they say, come back in 2 weeks, all new stuff. And you're like, okay, well, what's all the shitty stuff I got out of my audition that I can go back and feel really good about showing them? But yeah, so went back. The other thing about the second time around was the first time you're like, this is my one shot. Take it or leave it. Leave it out. Leave it all on the stage. And then being called back, like being scrutinized in that way made it feel more possible, which was very exciting, but also made it feel more real. It didn't feel as much.
It wasn't like
a chance. It's mine to lose now.
Right.
So long story longer, they said, we're not going to hire Taran this year, but he's on our radar. Whatever that, like, took
now, were you bummed or were you like,
probably like, in that way that you always want to be told that like, you're the best and you're the one we were looking for and what we needed. But I did also, because I'm such a fan of the show, I was very conscious of like how many white guys they already had on the show, which was quite a bit because the next year Forte left and I had a weird justification in my own mind of like, if a white guy leaves, maybe I'll have a shot.
Right.
Arbitrary, but also not, because I do think that that's a way that the producers think about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they call out of the blue a year later. I'd gone back to Groundlings. I've graduated from the Sunday company to the main company. I'm doing my first main show, and they call and they say, we'd love to see Taran again. And I'd had a year at that point to kind of consider, like, what would I do different? What would I do better? What didn't I show them? I watch the show and really see the kind of stuff they're doing on there, Also what makes Taran unique and different from everybody, and like, I love doing a lot of physical comedy and I felt like there wasn't a ton of physical performers.
Thank you so much for listening to part 1 of Kill Me Now with Taran Killam. What a guy. Kill Me Now is produced by Laura Vogel, edited by Colin Schmaling, and this podcast would not be possible without the help of Brittany Jo Sowards, who does everything else except the interview and the research, but she does everything else. If you have not subscribed to the show or left a review, what the fuck? Seriously? Like, I really need you to do that. I need you to do that because then I can stay on the air. What air? I don't even know what I'm on the cloud, wherever I am. Also, if you haven't purchased my book, yes, I can say that when they come for the comedians, we're all in trouble. I think now's a good time because I think a lot of shit's going on and I think you would like it. And it's a summertime and you can read it at the beach and laugh like Elisa did when she was reading it. She was literally at the beach and she was laughing out loud. Okay? So, whatever. Anyway, so please do that. You can visit my website, judygold.com, find out where I'm performing. As I said, at the beginning of the show, I will be hosting the first annual Pride Festival in Montclair, New Jersey. I am a native New Jerseyite, so I'm very excited about that. It's going to be fun. A lot of Laura Benatti's going to be there. It's going to be really a lot of fun. And then I start my residency at the Art House in Provincetown on June 24th. So if you're at the Cape, get your fucking ass to my show. I cannot thank you for listening. I had COVID last week. It was such a depressing week, and I can't believe what's going on in this country. So I just want to urge everyone who listens, and anyone who's listening to the end, and I know there's a bunch of you, and I thought I wrote down a name, but I didn't, but I'll get it next time. But, here's the deal. You have to vote. You have to make your voice heard. You have to protest. We can't let this continue. It's an abomination, and I just can't even believe that this happens pretty much every day in this country. And it's a shanda. You can look that up. We're better than this. And we can't let this minority of fucking assholes take this country in the wrong direction like they have already begun to and continue to. We gotta have balls. Please, please speak up. I know there's so many great people out there. And these motherfuckers are taking over. All right, I don't want to end on a negative note because I'm very positive. I want to end with a very, very special Mazel Tov. Congratulations to our very own Brittany Sowards, who is getting married this week on Thursday. So Elisa and I would like to wish Brittany and Sam happiness,
long life, love,
health, and just I hope they're as happy as we are, Elisa.
Absolutely.
That was us both lying.
Mazel tov to Brittany and Sam.
Mazel tov, Brittany and Sam. We love you. And as we always say, so long.